My name is FreeHappyDolphin and today we're updating the Bazaar score on the Verdicts leaderboard. It had some much needed updates but still has flaws that might keep you from jumping in. Let's see what those are, and whatever, the Bazaar has reclaimed its top 5 spot on the leaderboard. As mentioned in a previous review, the Bazaar is one of the most engaging titles on the leaderboard, where simple gameplay merges with high impact on details and wild synergies. Rules of the game are simple: buy and improve items, acquire skills, while all effects are explained simply with handy tools, and see the fireworks as your board meets your opponents. But if you want to win consistently, of course you'll need to hunt for the most efficient item sets and placements while managing limited resources. You also need to understand players' tendencies more broadly, since sometimes even the most powerful board isn't the best choice, as players will counter it. Previously this category got score 4 out of 5 because of unfinished or non-existent features. With the full release, things improved, but not completely. For example, storyline is now fully covered with official YouTube videos about Bazaar's world, but deeper stats, leaderboards and other features still need to arrive to hit the perfect score. So the first evaluation category, short-term engagement, is 4.5 out of 5. In the last review I said that repetitiveness in the highest level might be an issue, since everyone will play the best builds and grind the ladder. Well, that still can happen. It's now clear that with each monthly season we get completely new item packs and sometimes even a full new character, so meta stays fresh between resets, maybe sometimes even too fresh. But of course I will address elephant in the room later on this point. And of course going forward you not need to forget that even some items generally belong to a certain hero. The longer you play, the more crazy crossover combinations will happen, and there's a lot of reward in seeing your very long shot strategy going online. However, some cons from previous review remain. For example, practically non-existent motivation system to keep playing beyond building board itself. For example, I'm competitive, achievement-oriented person, so for me not seeing any leaderboard to compare myself to others, or seeing interesting but misleading and not very significant stats about my account, or getting skins from wins that doesn't feel meaningful, does not really boost additional motivation to play. There's not much else to unlock in the game, and as we will discuss later, there might be even less so in the future. I will give credits to developers though. These mentioned cons plus new game modes and ability to play with friends are promised, but right now we evaluate game on its present form, so I would say the score for the long-term engagement is 4 out of 5. And now let's turn to the part where the game has very few cons, and it's been like this since the closed beta I played. I cannot stress this enough. This is easily one of the best looking and best sounding games on the leaderboard. And even if I'm not too much excited about skins on only motivation part, they're still making game feel better in this category, as you can completely change how your board looks or even unlock new cool music to play in the background. Also, the game has improved here as well. Previously, very crazy interactions could be laggy or unclear, while now it's getting better and better. 5 out of 5 for visuals and audio. Leaving visuals, it's also nice that the user interface is almost always clear and uncluttered, with very helpful tooltips for every object in the game. Of course, every month of new content still brings list of the things that don't work, misexplain or work like they shouldn't, which isn't a plus. And as already mentioned, more stats and leaderboards are more than welcome to finally arrive in the game. While items and new content come and go from patch to patch, these and many more quality of life changes that could be in the type of set and forget, I think should have landed much sooner. Score for handling and user interface remains 4 out of 5. Last but not least, Bazaar doesn't invent new mechanics. It uses damage, HP, healing and so on, but it assembles them into really addictive card-driven auto-battler. I never thought I would enjoy any auto-battler, but this really changed my mind because I never imagined this one could be so addictive and well executed in the first place. So while it's capped from max score because of a familiar mechanics and previously existent genre, it absolutely earns the top score in uniqueness and wow factor, which is 4 out of 5. And finally, before we get to the total score and place on the leaderboard, we need to address that small elephant in the room which has number 45 on its back. I've been supporter of the game and player since the closed beta. I also subscribed later with monthly fee, even though my win rate let me buy anything with in-game currency. But now monetization changes again. From now what they call free to play to a premium model, as the game hits Steam with a price tag of $45. You can argue pros and cons for this, but this will likely hurt many players right now, especially those who earn premium features through strong performance like me, since it seems like everything now getting behind the paywall. Players will make decisions by themselves if it's worth buying this, but all I say is this: I hope that this is the last monetization change, as this could mean that it finally works for them, and if it is, then we will keep working on this great game. Nevertheless, this is a negative star for the Bazaar. While you will be considering if it's worth buying the game, of course I will invite you to jump to my Bazaar Best Moments Mix series. And now, let's get back to the final score, which is 4.1 stars and a third place on our leaderboard. You can find the full leaderboard in the community post. And now I say thank you for watching. This was Free Habit Often.